Like I said, pretty decent. Thundercats, for example, got a completely new show, trying to update the original material with a more mature storyline and characters and give the animation more of an Avatar The Last Airbender look. It was a decent attempt, but it never caught on. I think the reason is it made the characters a little too young. A lot of us like Thundercats because it was watching grown men and women kick ass with the kids as the side characters. It's not that we didn't welcome more complex stories, we just wanted it with more grown-up characters. Not growing up characters. I mean, come on, we want to hear the Thundercats talk like this.
It was just plain stupid to assume it might be bad. Just what the fuck am I talking about?
I mean, come on. How about a show that finally gives the fans what we've always wanted to see from these characters? Nailed it. He-Man was also given a makeover, trying to give it a grander and somewhat darker tone. They did a lot of things pretty good, like give Skeletor a pretty cool backstory, and made the look of the show more focused on the barbarian aspect rather than the sci-fi. But it's still He-Man. It's still corny, silly, and goes back and forth between being really dark and gritty and being, well, He-Man.
She's, kidding, right? Some kind of birthday prank.
I mean, I guess it's better than Dolph Lundgren getting his ass whipped by a laser red Twizzler, but... No, I have nothing else to add. It is definitely better than that. Both this and Thundercats were valiant attempts, and honestly not bad shows on their own, but neither were the epic reboot fans were expecting. He-Man did manage to get one more season, while Thundercats sadly only got one.
But come on, man, we're here to talk about what Toonami is best remembered for.
Yeah, Tom, what's the next show coming up?
This summer is the summer of yo! In honor of your newness, we're gonna have...
Well, Tom looks different.
Yeah, imagine one day you came home ready to see Tom hype you up with action and mayhem, and instead, you got this.
It looks like the girl from Monsters, Inc. got older and entrapped the monsters in an aquarium, and if they tried to escape, she'll kill Bill their asses.
Yo, back away from the remote.
This was Magoozy, Cartoon Network's replacement for Toonami during the weekday starting in 2004. As you can tell, it was aimed at much younger kids.
I don't think you guys are quite ready for each other, right, Remo?
But what happened to Toonami?
It was now only airing on Saturday nights from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Fans were thrilled. Still, even though it was only on Saturdays, Toonami added more shows to the roster.
Any of them hamster related?
No, but there is a demon fox.
Guess it's a little better.
You shut up! You know nothing about Hamtaro! Nothing!
What are you people?
Time to sharpen your blonde hair and bring out your inner demon. Naruto is fighting the good fight.
Yes, Naruto!
If you like Dragon Ball Z but felt like it needed more ninjas, then Naruto might have been more your speed. The show is another shonen franchise about the hero's journey, but focused on an orphan boy with latent powers he didn't know he had from a nine-tailed demon fox. And he trains to hone his abilities, fighting stronger opponents along the way. Sound familiar?
Mystic Pizza?
Okay, yeah. Masashi Kishimoto was heavily influenced by Dragon Ball, even creating Naruto to loosely resemble Super Saiyan Goku's appearance and Sasuke resembling Vegeta, all paralleling a similar frenemy relationship. While inspired by DB, Naruto was a little more grounded in its concept, focusing on shinobi in a war-torn world. Here the characters had to hone their jutsu, weaving intricate hand signs in order to properly execute a move. This is where Naruto found its foothold, more so being about strategy rather than who was physically stronger.
So it's like Avatar, only
Blonder.
It was more about whose technique could beat what, whose jutsu could counter an attack. Could it work from a different angle? It became intricate and fascinating, like a game of chess instead of just arm wrestling. Also, Naruto actually had some pretty effective storytelling that fans could relate to. For example, Naruto was an outcast, and Sasuke had a similar background to Naruto, though Sasuke is a lot more respected simply because of their differing heritages. Their stories are all neatly woven into some political intrigue, the hypocrisy of the ninjas governing world, and blah blah blah. If that's not your thing, here's more fighting.
You're finished! Oh!
Naruto had several great characters, and Rock Lee was by far my favorite. He was quirky and strong-willed and had to supplement his inability to use jutsu with his raw martial arts skill. I thought that was so badass.
The fact that he looks like the Momo Challenge is also enough to intimidate any enemy.
All in all, Naruto quickly became a successor to the action junkie fans of Dragon Ball Z. The series rose to popularity right as the Dragon Ball franchise's initial run was coming to an end. Dragon Ball Super would become a thing, but until then, Naruto had the action and the characters to give us our shonen fix.
Demons living inside you is fine.
Are they?
But what happens when aliens live inside you?
Well, I think we found that out.
I was talking about Ben 10.
Oh, well, that's different.
This is sick.
Yeah, Philly.
Don't call the Men in Black.
Ben
We got
10!
your alien Pokemon all set up in Big Ten Alien Force.
Big Ten Alien Force. I had to watch growing up. Woohoo!
Benjamin Kirby, Ben Tennyson, gets an alien watch device called an Omnitrix, allowing him to ship shapes into 10 different alien heroes in Ben 10. 5 years later, we get a darker and more grown-up 15-year-old Ben in Ben 10 Alien Force. His Omnitrix has recalibrated, giving him access to more alien heroes that are stronger and more powerful than the OG episodes. With the help of his cousin Gwen and his former nemesis, Kevin, Ben is out to find his missing grandfather and fight the DN aliens.
Wow, well, this sounds superior compared to the first show.
This is inferior compared to the first show.
Of course it is, yeah.
Though the aliens may be stronger and more powerful, the writing, animation, and storylines have taken a downgrade for sure. I enjoy Alien Force overall, and out of all the different spin-off series that came after the original Ben 10, it is the best. But it does seem to lose a bit of what made Ben 10 so much fun. Don't get me wrong, we wanted more Ben 10, and we got some great episodes with this updated and more adult version. It's just never gonna quite capture the magic the original Ben 10 had. It's by no means a bad show, but it doesn't hold a candle to the original.
But let's get back to anime with Yu Yu Hakusho.
Did you just sneeze backwards?
Everybody asks that.
They say finger pointing is rude. Well, with Yu Yu Hakusho, it can save your life.
Created by Oshihiro Togashi, this was a very unique series in of itself. The story starts with a delinquent high school student, Yusuke Urameshi. Our main character ends up dying right at the beginning of his story, trying to save a child's life from an oncoming car.
Short series.
I've seen shorter.
From here, he's granted abilities by the powers that be in the afterlife to stop heinous crimes from demons and spirits trying to take over the mortal world. Yusuke becomes what is called a spirit detective, solving crimes the authorities couldn't. It was like Men in Black, but with ghosts and the occult.
So more like Ghostbusters meets Chinatown.
Only less incesty.
Yeah, Ghostbusters had a lot of that.
While the concept was another Monster of the Week scenario, it had a unique film noir edge to its approach. The series saw some decent success in the early 2000s, getting a primetime spot on Toonami's block. It was an interesting idea executed uniquely with a great style and characters to keep us interested until the end. It did start to lose its unique touch, trying to mimic the explosive styles of other anime action series, but thankfully ended on a more grounded note, with Yusuke coming to terms with his heritage and finding a new family in the friends he's made.
Spoilers!
Yeah, family and friends are to be valued. I did not know that.
It loses its roots once or twice, but it gets back on track near the end.
Oh, let's talk about the Batman.
Which one?
The TV show.
Which one?
The animated one.
Which one?
The one that's just okay.
Which one?
What are we doing? What? Just what?
Another Batman in the Belfry, but this one contains the word "the" in front of it. The Batman tries to change things up for better or worse.
Simply put, this is another passable animated Batman show. Have we seen it before? More or less.
I remember
Does it
this
bring
one.
anything extremely new to the table? The animation is cool, and seeing a younger Batman meet his villains for the first time is fun, but not really. Is it still a good show that I recommend? I'll bet, yeah! Sure, this series borrows a lot from what we've seen before. The character arcs are all mostly the same, with some slight variations, mostly due to other DC shows running at the same time. We do get a large assortment of classic Batman villains, which is cool, and overall a solidly designed show. What is interesting is that Robin doesn't appear until season 4, because he was in Teen Titans, which was running until the Batman started its 4th season. We get, instead, Batgirl as his sidekick up until then. Other than that, the characters that we know and love are all there. We only get 2 series original characters that aren't seen in other adaptations, Chief Angel Rojas and Detective Ellen Yin.
Bullshit original, that's Eliza Maza!
Oh, come on, that's...
Scary how much they look alike?
Well, maybe they're sisters.
I think she's Asian.
I think you should shut up. The Batman doesn't take as many chances as other Batman shows, but it doesn't do the exact same thing either. The characters do have a look that you can easily identify as being from this show, unlike the other Batman incarnations where they all look pretty similar. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it's just different enough to warrant a viewing.
Yeah, but that show was what? 5 seasons? I want a show that goes on for so long it's like a tire fire no amount of water could possibly put out. One Piece.
One Piece!
Also, why would you want that?
Okay, that's unfair to say, but Eiichiro Oda was also another manga creator heavily influenced by Akira Toriyama. One Piece is a treasure in of itself, garnering its own popularity to put itself in the same league as Dragon Ball and the like. It's the story of Luffy, an orphan boy with strange powers who wants to become the king of the pirates by becoming the strongest and finding the highly coveted treasure known as One Piece. His journey involves giants, sea monsters, and animal people, ghosts, ghouls, drag queens, and superpowered beings that utilize the various powers from a food called devil fruit.
Sounds like if Monkey Island was a drama.
Having swallowed a devil fruit himself, one called the Gum Gum fruit.
Is that similar to hams? I will cut you if you mention Hamtaro again! I will cut you! I will cut you! I'll hang you by your tie, you son of a bitch!
So it turns him into a rubber human, in the same vein as Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four. Part of the fun of the show is the world is larger than life and super imaginative. They travel to various islands, from ones in the sky to ones at the bottom of the very ocean they sailed. What Naruto accomplished in detailing creative fights and Dragon Ball Z did in its explosive action, One Piece did for world building. Alas, herein lies the double-edged sword of Oda's writing. The world was fully detailed and fleshed out, almost a little too detailed. The constant talking about the world starts to bloat the story and digress from the plot, sometimes becoming boring and hard to follow. And I mean, episodes would be spent on giving the background of a new character, something that could be easily summed up in a flashback. As of this review, this show has 20 seasons and nearly 900 episodes. And they still haven't found One Piece!
It's like, for every episode, it generates 3 more.
Like a perpetual anime episode machine.
In this house, we obey the laws of thermodynamics!
Interestingly, Toonami saved this show for the US by putting Funimation's dub on air. When One Piece was being localized to the US, its initial 4Kids dub was a lackluster show at best. With clumsy translations and heavily unnecessary edits, an already abstract story was becoming increasingly hard to follow. Thankfully, after 4Kids lost the dubbing rights, Funimation picked it up to do it justice. Just another anime Toonami helped out to keep going, even if it looks like there's no end in sight.
Speaking of no end in sight, do you remember when Star Wars was going to end at some point?
No one's ever really gone.
The Force is strong with this one. So much so that many people like Star Wars The Clone Wars even more than the prequels. Talk about combining an insult and a compliment.
Oh, I remember this.
Did you like the extended universe-ness of Solo and Rogue One? Yeah? Then listen up. Oh, no? Well, still listen up, because this series is awesome. Star Wars The Clone Wars is what happens when we keep everything canon but fix the prequel movies. Anakin? Fixed. Padme? Fixed. Jar Jar Binks? Okay, we can't have it all.
It's like curing death. It's never gonna happen.
The character design and development in this series is off the charts. Anakin is what we always wanted. Angry, but not inherently evil. Not up front, at least. Remember when Obi-Wan speaks about Anakin in A New Hope and is like, he was the best star pilot in the galaxy and a cunning warrior and was a good friend? Well, we actually see that character development in this show. Also, the series-specific characters like Ahsoka and Asajj Ventress are so killer, figuratively and literally. While The Clone Wars is an awesome CG series whose animation improves greatly as each season goes by, just Clone Wars is a micro-series with hand-drawn animation and is just over 2 hours long. Even with that short runtime though, this micro-series is epic. The music, the story, the action, the art style, all incredible. Also, being directed by Genndy Tartakovsky, seriously, can this guy do any wrong? This is an even awesomer Samurai Jack with lightsabers. Yeah, an awesomer Samurai Jack with lightsabers. Made in between Star Wars Episodes 2 and 3, this was made to bridge the gap of time for viewers, and in my opinion, is better than all the prequels combined. So, yeah, if the Star Wars movies aren't doing it for you anymore, don't think that they're your last hope, for there is another.
Another!
On September 20th, 2008, Cartoon Network announced it would be canceling Toonami due to low ratings.
For many, this was the end of an era. Though there would still be anime and other more adult shows on Cartoon Network, it seemed the gateway that made us aware of so much great content was finally being closed off.
So many foreign imports that wouldn't have gotten nearly as much attention or exposure owe a lot to what Toonami did for them.
It opened our eyes to so many shows, so many adventures, so many characters that we would hold dear to our hearts.
Whether for laughs, tears, dumb fun, or gripping drama, Toonami left a legacy of programming that we would never forget.
But then, one evening on April 1st, this played. Yeah, ha ha ha, Cartoon Network once again ran their April Fool's prank of playing The Room. Only this time, it was a double bluff.
Got the results of the test back. I definitely have April Fools.
Cartoon Network didn't play The Room, but instead played a sneak peek of its return to Toonami. Apparently enough people over the years have requested its return, and on May 26, 2012, Toonami was back. It's had changes since its return, as is to be expected, but now a new generation could be introduced to the excitement and buildup of getting ready to watch something not 100% for adults, but not 100% for kids either. It was the stepping stone into great stories and different styles that weren't always seen in everyday media. A mixture of corniness, intensity, comedy, drama, simplicity, complexity, and of course, a shit ton of action. Toonami gave just the right amount of edge that whether introducing us to something old or something new, it always gave us something epic. And tons of young people out there couldn't have been more thankful.
Thanks for watching, Toonami Faithful. And remember, if you want a really cool channel, go over to Epic Voice Guy's page. He's so funny and handsome and... pay no attention to the epic voice in the booth.
So, Critic, it sounds like you finally came around on Toonami.
Yeah, you know, at first I didn't get it, but after hearing you all talk about it, I finally realized the impact that it actually had.
Come on, let's watch one more.
Holy smokes, sorry I'm late. Wait, whoa, you guys done? No, you cannot be done talking about Toonami. You haven't even talked about the biggest show they ever had on, Jackie Chan Adventures. Okay, so Jackie Chan is this archaeologist, right? And he has to travel around the world and find these talismans. There's 12 of them, and they're based off of the zodiac signs. And then he's trying to keep them away and out of the hands of the evil people. They're called the Dark Hand. They're evil. They're working for this demon. His name is Shendu. He's the worst, and he's also trapped in a dragon statue. Escaping! He wants to get back to his regular form. Jackie Chan has to fight all these bad guys. There's Easter eggs of his entire career throughout the show. It's incredible. After each episode, there's these children that write in and get to ask Jackie Chan questions, and then he answers them. It's amazing. And then...
Dang.
Oh. Guess it's just you and me again, Jade.
Oh, that was so cute. I love this Toonami review. I apologize. I had to switch from 2 cameras because apparently my camera was acting like duty. But just to remind you guys, 2 lucky subscribers will get a Ross Funko Pop if you're going to add to your collection. And Team Manager, the card game. So, 2 lucky subscribers. The description will be in the bottom of the giveaway details. You have until May 13th after Mother's Day to finally finish it. So it's that actress VK baby, and I'll be back again with another reaction video. So bye.